first heard about TINOS as a recommendation, and then obviously we did some research online, some great reviews, so we decided to ask them to come around for a quote and take a look round. There was no holds barred. They spotted a lot more things than anybody else had spotted that might have been issues, and they were very, very clear that they weren't there to cut corners. They were there to do a good job and to make the house better than they found it. When we eventually got the quote, Tino and the team were very clear about where there were some grey areas, where we didn't know. In our particular case, we had some potential problems that could have been bigger problems, it could have been smaller problems, and they were very, very clear about what that might mean, and we were able to work with them very closely to ensure that we could control the budget. And beyond that, when the team came on site, the communication was excellent. The project managers were always very, very easy to work with, very knowledgeable, very helpful, and in constant communication with us as well. And one of the big things for us, honestly, was when we did find some problems that were slightly larger than we'd expected in the initial quote. There weren't really any issues with changing the scope of the work. Tino and his team worked together with us to ensure that the scope was very clear, that we understood what was happening and what needed to be done. And for us, very honestly, we had a situation where one of the potential issues could have been a really big problem for the budget. So Tino and the team spent some time and came up with some innovative solutions to actually resolve those problems and stay within the budget, which was amazing. And regarding the quality of the work, the team were tremendous. It was great. You could tell that they were very clear and keen to make sure that the work that they did was of the highest caliber. They didn't cut any corners. They were very careful, very precise, clearly very talented team. Particularly with the carpentry to start with was a lot of work, and they did a fantastic job, particularly cleaning up after themselves as well. So from a communication, from a work quality perspective, and from a professionalism perspective, I don't think we could have asked any more. The second part, when we came to then painting the house, a separate team came. Again, we had a great experience with the project manager, and all of the team were courteous, they were professional, they worked really hard, and they were very, very clear. Again, when we came across, there were no issues, but when we came across things where they may need some input from us, the communication was very, very precise, very clear, and no problems whatsoever. And the work has been fantastic. We couldn't have asked for any more. The house, the quality of the work, the quality of the painting, the quality of the craftsmanship is exceptional. And yeah, we couldn't recommend TINOS anymore. They're an excellent company, and we fully recommend anybody to work with them.